On to miserable Manchester. Manchester Lions, 7th possession in the Premier League, scoring a measly 24 goals and conceding a whopping 29 goals.
You're about your wits after that last conversation.
Listen, I told you the Arsenal conversation was a nightmare. I feel happy now. I'm relaxed. Rejuvenated. And my Dubai break. I'm back now. Ten Hag's Red Army has won 10 matches and lost 9. I've mentioned some of the records Manchester United have broken under Ten Hag in previous episodes, Hardy. But for our new listeners, and if you've maybe forgotten some of the records Ten Hag has broken, let me remind you of some. Manchester United hadn't lost 4 of their opening 7 Premier League games until Erik Ten Hag. Manchester United haven't had as few as 9 points from their opening 7 games until Erik Ten Hag.
This is why we need a roadcaster so I can press the snooze button.
Manchester United hadn't conceded 3 goals in 3 consecutive games since 1978 until Erik Ten Hag. And finally, Manchester United hadn't conceded more than 1 goal in 4 consecutive league games since 1979 until Erik Ten Hag.
Do you know what's funny? You know he's second in the all-time Man United's managers list, yeah, with the second best win ratio on percentages.
He hasn't been there long enough, though, has he? What, you backing him?
What manager has?
Are you backing him? Yeah, true.
What manager has?
Hardy, as one of your close compadres, I know for you and for most Manchester United fans, it's been disappointing, depressing season thus far at Old Trafford.
But it's been also understandable.
It's been understandable.
A little bit.
But at the same time, following last season's accomplishments of top 4, as well as a League Cup trophy, you'd expect to kick on. Similar to Arsenal in terms of just expecting to take it to the next level. But United have also regressed under Ten Hag.
Yeah, a lot of on the field and off
the
field.
A lot of on and off the field issues. We could talk about Anthony maybe going down as one of the worst signings in Premier League history. Sancho refusing to say sorry, getting booted out of a group chat. Now firing on all cylinders in Dortmund,
causing problems at Dortmund, trying to take penalties off penalty kick takers. But go on, yeah.
So it's been a horrific time at United. However, there is some light at the end of this dark
for many
tunnel.
reasons. You can say your one, but just quickly, just having Spurs last weekend, I saw Casemiro on the bench, I saw Martinez on the bench, Shaw's close to coming back. Some light under the end. Light.
Okay, you've touched on it in terms of we're now getting to a point Manchester United have had an abysmal start to the season. I all agree, it's due to injuries, on and off the field shenanigans, misconduct, everything under the sun, leaking roofs, whatever you want to call it. But we've now come to a point, on top of that, paying your African goalkeepers 80 grand to get to the African Nations in time, in a private jet, but still missing the opening game. That's all with United. However, through this dark tunnel, there is light now at the end of it.
100%.
We've got Omar Barada, am I saying, correct me right if I'm wrong, your Moroccan uncle, Omar Barada, coming through to Manchester United. If you guys are not aware of who that is, he previously worked at Barcelona as well as Manchester City in the backroom staff. Done a phenomenal job. Brought in some of the top players for both clubs. Now he's coming over to the red side of Manchester from City.
So I don't think he's director of football where necessarily he identifies players. What he does is he kind of merges the business side, I think. From what I understood, he merges the business side to the football side, and he also tells you if there's value in what you're doing. He tries to keep the wages at a certain point to what your club's earning. So that's what he does. Yeah, that's his job basically.
So you've got that, your boardroom's making the shift. We already know about Radcliffe and INEOS coming in with their bid being accepted. They're now part of the setup.
With the INEOS CEO being that Brailsfield. Is it Brailsfield?
Brailsfield.
Yeah.
So there's some notable names coming through now in the backroom staff, which are starting to raise hopes with some Manchester United fans.
Yeah.
So, as I said, there is some light at the end of this dark Manchester United tunnel. On top of the backroom staff and all these things going on upstairs, you're also bringing in some of the players are returning. Casemiro, as you've spoken about, Mount
should be back soon. Yeah,
and a few others to speak of.
Yeah,
so
Martinez got a few minutes.
There you go. The list goes on. Manchester United now finally starting to have some people with good knowledge running the asylum.
Yeah.
Finally, there are some football guys with footballing knowledge that understand what needs to be done for United to progress forward. On top of that, we all know owners, when new owners do come in, that often does mean a new manager.
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask you today, Harty, for this United segment, what is the future for Manchester United as well as their Dutch wizard, Erik Ten Hag?
First things first, for me, is it's nice to know that
there's changes happening upstairs before they've even spoken about football. Like they've not come and said, oh, the manager has to do this, the manager has to do that, these players have to do this, the players have to do that. So it's just nice to see he's gone about it. He's sorting out upstairs first before he even turns his attention.
It's music to your ears, isn't it?
Yeah, I love it. Because what did I always say? I said, well, no matter what happens on the pitch and stuff, we're always looking at upstairs glazers that have been this dark shadow over us. And it's just been poor, bro. So it's nice to see that upstairs, they're looking to rectify upstairs first before they even look at the team.
Yeah.
Your question was, do I feel like he's going to survive?
Is he part of this Manchester United future? Would he part of the INEOS era?
I feel like he'll make a decision at the end of the season. I don't think Ten Hag will get sacked at all now. I don't until they will make a decision at the in
End
summer.
of the season.
Yeah. So I feel like Ten Hag's now got to play for his role now.
So we said last season you guys managed top 4 and a League Cup trophy.
Yeah.
What would you deem this season as a success, or at least a decent season, something you can then build on for the following year?
Finish as high as you can.
Do you believe he'll get in top 4?
Do I believe I'm getting top 4? So I genuinely believe 3 teams are nailed on for me, which is Arsenal, City, and Liverpool.
Yeah.
Then that 4th spot, Spurs look most likely, but then again they're Spurs. So they're Spurs, isn't it? So Spurs, even like teams like Brighton are falling off a little bit, even though they're doing well in their right, but just because of what they didn't progress on.
Villa still, they're 11 points of Arsenal at the moment.
Yeah, Villa are going to fall off, bro. Bro, do you know why?
You're dismissing them like it's a Leicester
No, but
2.0.
the reason why I think Villa...
Wow, I didn't expect that.
No, but the reason why... don't
Under
get me wrong.
Emery.
I love what Villa are doing. Don't get me wrong. But he's a little bit stubborn, like top
Arteta.
Spurs manager.
Ange.
Yeah, that bit. He plays his high line and it's his Achilles heel for a lot of games, and he doesn't want to change it, bro. I know play your way, that's your way you play, but he plays it as well. And against us, bro, all they needed to do was play a deeper line, and we would have had no chance against them. Yeah,
They beat themselves in the game.
I don't think we're ready for top 4 this year. I wish we could, but I think it's gone. I feel like top 6 is going to be if we're lucky.
Will Ten Hag still be at the job if you don't qualify for Champions League?
I don't think so. I feel like you said, I think when a new manager comes in, I feel like they'll sack him.
Yeah.
At the end of the season, I feel like they sack him.
Because it's like with the new owners, they always have that trick. Their fingers are itching to sack someone.
Yeah.
They never want to keep that guy for
100%.
too long.
So I feel like they'll see how they play out. That's why they're sorting out everything upstairs to make it look like they're making the changes. They don't even. They're closing their eyes on that yet. Because fans are calling out for things now already. Yeah, saying he should be gone. Sometimes they say no, give him time. But I don't see. I feel like if there's ever a time to sack a manager, yeah, it's probably now under new thing, ownership and stuff like that. But I feel like, you know how I always used to say, what's the point? We've been through this. If it's the same old story, 18 months. We have the high flying part where we're playing well. The 18 month comes into
different now, though.
But that's why now the new owners. Hopefully it's different. If
be.
you are gonna sack someone, I feel like maybe, do you know,
This is the time.
This is the time to do it. Get your new man in. This is the new project. If that's what you're saying,
The INEOS era.
deep down somewhere inside me, I wanted it to work so bad for him.
I think before he came to you guys, sorry to cut you off, he was the most sought after manager in Europe.
Do you know why? Because
He was
I felt
top
like
2,
he
top
had.
3.
I felt like he had the style of play in his head. He was speaking the right thing, saying era's come to an end.
Had a fresh suit on as well that day.
I love one thing, yeah, whether he gets sacked or don't say, and I love, and some fans might not like it, but I love the fact that he brought back, he's basically stopping the player power. Anyone that has an issue with what he says, exile. I don't care. Go. See you later. I don't need you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And we needed that. Bro, that was the first time I've ever seen someone go toe-to-toe with a lot of players. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
It's a Royal Rumble out there.
And
handicap match.
And how football is moving forward, it feels like in the world football, it feels like football players are getting more and more power in a team than the managers are. Do you know what I'm trying to say? They know that managers are.
It's only getting worse.
I'm the one on an 8-year contract. They're on a 4 or 5 year. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So like, they're on Chelsea. Not everyone's on an 8-year contract, but they know that the likelihood is
they'll outlast
the manager. Yeah. If Ten Hag gets sacked in the summer but gets rid of all our bad eggs now, he's come and played his part. Like you said, you've taken us as far as you've gone. You've got rid of our bad eggs. See, thank you. Get the next one that's now going to get us the football. But what I'm surprised about, though, is the style of play. The reason why I'm surprised about that is because regardless if you don't have your players in, there should still be a style of play. It might not be executed to the level that you want it to be executed.
Ange has amplified this season.
So like, when I look at a City team, yeah, You know what City are? Tiki-taka, but going forward, innit? Yeah? They know how to find the gaps, the spaces, the interchanges. It's all great.
Constantly fluid, yeah.
So when you take De Bruyne out of there, when you take Haaland out of there, when you take Foden out of there, when you take Bernardo Silva out of there, the style still is there. You're going to still see them players that are coming in. They're going to still try to do it. It might not be executed at the others' level, but that style was still there.
You can see what they're trying to do.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So, but with us, even with our first team, we don't have a style. Even when I know it's harder to build the style when a lot of the players are off and you're chopping and changing, but still, whether you're playing with academy football, when you put a style out there, force anyone to try and play that way, and we don't. So when we played against Spurs last week, bro, they had Basuma out, they had Saar out, they had Madison out, they had Son away on Asian duty. Yeah, so they had so many players out, their first team out, and they still popped us off the park, bro. I know it doesn't mean nothing. Possession means nothing. No, all of that. But they looked like they knew what they were doing throughout the game.
Philosophy that they're implementing. And
we didn't. I feel like any manager that's ever tried to make us play tiki-taka, it's never worked, bro. We've always been a counter-attacking team. Like a team that go wide, hit them on the break kind of thing. I feel like that's what, home and away, I feel like that's what
Van Gaal is arguably the most attractive style of football under
and even then, yeah. Do I want him to get sacked? No, not yet. I feel like they should. But then the thing is, what now is affecting me is that it's a new era as a new manager, a new ownership kind of thing that are taking control of
why
the
keep
football.
your ex around if you're in a new crib? Why do you still want to bring back the ex? Why?
No, but the thing
is,
get
rid of the ex, get a new one in.
Sometimes, yeah, she can be toxic, but it's just good, isn't it? You know what? It's just good.
Toxic is never good.
Like, she still knows what I like. Yeah. So everything I like is still done for me. It just comes with the arguments.
You know what that is?
Everything.
That's safety and feeling comfortable.
Yeah, I hate it.
Do you want to do that with your manager for another 2-3 years, where it's I don't really want to venture outside of these four walls and look for another manager. We always think when this manager goes, who the hell are we going to replace him with? Oh my! Especially now, this period of time, there's a dire need of coaches. There's not a lot of good quality players out there. Full stop. Yeah. So when you lose someone that's good, or you had a feeling towards. You don't know how you're going to replace it. But at the end of the day, you as a club need to move forward. And for me personally, from outdoor looking in, you need to get rid of Ten Hag to take that step forward. Okay, take that pressure off your shoulders.
Potentially. I feel like he's been so unlucky with the injuries. I do think so, yeah. Because, bro, you signed Mount, been injured the whole time. Martinez, big part of the way you want to play is not there. He's not there. Now, he's just come back.
Sorry. With Mount, we spoke about this, how at the start of the season when Mount was playing, what was Casemiro on? An island on his own. Yeah. We all spoke about this.
Yeah.
If that what his idea was for Mount, don't you think that was a failure?
No. But the thing is, I feel like it's either Bruno or Mount, innit?
You think that, but did he think that? I don't believe he did.
He wanted to play both of them.
He wanted that when Bruno just goes alone and then Mount will sit in.
Yeah, I feel like we need a defensive midfielder and Mino. It has to be both of them. It can't be two attack. It has to be Mino and one of the Amrat's gonna go, but like that type of player, a defensive one near him, someone that can do both.
Just get Casemiro next to him, man.
And I feel like that's how we are gonna finish off the season. I feel like Casemiro will be near Mino and Bruno will be near. I feel like that's a bit of a balanced midfield three.
Much more balanced.
There is no more polished managers. The only polished managers I see are Ancelotti and Pep Guardiola, bro. And who else is out there?
I don't know why I've got a thing right now for I keep seeing. I want to see him. I want to see him back in the Prem.
Tuchel.
Yeah.
You think Tuchel's going to come to United? And I feel like that's actually quite attainable. I feel like we can get.
He's going to get sacked by United. Let's be real.
But why are we taking a reject?
That's bad. That's a bad thing on his resume, isn't it?
Yeah. Why? You're
the first manager in how long to not win a league with Bayern after signing Kane and Eric Dyer.
And you want him at your club? do you hear what I'm saying?
Bayern broke though, man. They had to
it's a bit hard. It's a bit hard. Do you know what it is? And also, it's unfair on Ten Hag that he didn't have with the only club probably in world football that didn't have a director of football.
But now Rangnick was put in place to be his commander in chief, whatever you want to call it. He told him, safe, bro. I don't need you. How arrogant was that?
I don't think that was Ten Hag that did that. I think the Glazers did that. Because the Glazers don't want to fork out money. He said, bruv, it came from Glazers. They probably told Ten Hag, you got to say this because we don't want him. So for me, like you said, there's light at the end of the tunnel for United. Whether it's with Ten Hag, I feel
how bright is that light shining?
I'll tell you. I'm happy.
Look at that smile.
I'm happy. He's selling himself very well, Sir Jim. Look what he's doing, bro. Man's taking one of the best CEOs in the Prem, whatever, for City. He's taking him straight from City and said, come here.
I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then he's putting in that Brailsford guy that knows a bit of running a big establishment. He's putting in the pieces, like the puzzle, the jigsaw is getting, the pieces are coming together slowly. It might be 100-piece puzzle, it might be 1,000-piece puzzle, but it don't matter. But the pieces are starting to go in. The CEO that's gonna come in for United, the Moroccan brother, Omar Barada, or whatever. Yeah, he basically. I'll give you an example of what he did at City. You know when City and United were under after Maguire, I don't know if I told you that, or when they were under after
Tell the people.
Yeah, so when
told me too.
when City and United were going toe to toe for Harry Maguire, when United come up with that money, the 70, the 80, and when they got to that fight, he's the one that told City to walk away from the deal. They said there's no value in this. He's the man that
business acumen is as good with his knowledge of football.
Do you know what I'm trying to say? So if you're good, imagine we had him a year earlier, Anthony wouldn't be in United's team.
I was reading articles about Anthony being quoted for around 25-30 million.
Now,
and it went when you look.
Oh yeah,
that's what his valuation.
Yeah,
was.
but it was. But then but we made the mistake, bro. Apparently, the deal could have been there for 40 to 50 million. Apparently, to be taken, even though that's still a lot of money for what he is. Yeah, but because we kept delaying, that's what happens, bro. When you don't have a plan in your paper like that to say, look, we're gonna do this, all has to be done by this date. When you're just, but I feel like it was just businessmen that were in there that don't know what they're doing. They were just freestyling everything, and then because United have the finances for it, they just it doesn't matter. Yeah. It doesn't matter. We could do it last minute. It's fine. No, but when you do last minute deals, this is when you really get burnt.
Yep.
Man United might have to do the Aubameyang thing. Rip up the contract of a few people.
What names? I was literally going to ask you about this.
Yeah, go on.
Names that come off the top of my head that need to get the Aubameyang Ozil treatment. We've got Martial.
Anthony Martial has to go. It's done.
Fidget spinner Anthony.
Yeah. Do you know
what is the resale value of him right now? I'll just tear up the contract.
That's the problem. We're
not getting half price for him.
That's what I was going to say. With Anthony, yeah, do you think under another manager, yeah, he can? Do you think there's a player in Anthony? Like, look, forget him as a United. When you've watched him, whether with Ajax, whether with Brazil, whether with United, do you think there's a player in there?
At Westway.
If confidence are high and he's in the right team.
At Westway, when we're playing on Wednesday night.
So you don't think there's no player in him?
No. I think Pepe is better than him. He will go down as
I genuinely think Pepe at Arsenal was better than
Pepe is genuinely a better footballer than Anthony. And he was dubbed a failure. Anthony, when you look at Anthony,
gives you that running back in it. I'll help defender.
But that's it. That's like Havertz's argument. He can run. He can win duels. Duel his guys.
Yeah.
It's like Anthony was bought to score goals, assists, create opportunities, open space for other players.
But that's what I'm saying. Don't base it on now because of whatever. Because remember, he's had off the field issues as well.
On a business one, I'd loan him out for 1 year. And if it's a complete disaster after that, tear up the contract. And if it is still a disaster, try selling for the 25-30 million you can maybe get back. You're not going to get 40, 50 plus.
No, 100%. I think that might be the right way to go though. Loan him out and
loan him out to France, Spain, get his confidence back.
Get him playing every game. Moving on, players-wise. We need to find someone, and I hope one of the people that he's signed upstairs knows how to get rid of players. Because you know how every club had that. Chelsea had that woman, I can't remember her name. She knew how to sell every
she was a gold man for them. Yeah.
It was deadwood players are going for fees, big fees. And also United need to be a little bit smarter with their signings and sign players that still have resale value. Yeah.
Well, Bruno, as your captain, is that a cap?
He's not captain.
But is that a cap on how far Manchester United can go?
Mm-hmm.
Or do you need to get rid of him? Or what are your views on
like in due time, he needs to go soon.
Oh.
He needs to go soon. Yeah, when I say he's last out of everyone,
okay.
But then he's taken us to a certain level to get beyond that. But then again, I say this, and then what if United actually now go down the right way and sign good players? His performance might elevate. You can't tell. Only time can tell about that. So I can't tell you that he's gonna get better or he's not gonna get better. But it's until we see who's around him and that he's I with the squad around him. That's what you're gonna get. That's his numbers are good, but also his numbers of giving the ball away is good.
Yeah,
not bad, good, but whatever. It depends on whether you're a fan or not a fan. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, but one thing I would say though is, hopefully Rashford can kick on this season, the rest of the season. However, he still has a bit of resale value because there are teams that will take him.
Not a bit.
He's come out from the academy. That's 100% profit. You might need to cash in on that.
What did I say to you a good couple months back? Is it time for Rashford to leave Manchester United?
Yeah, I know.
But his levels have improved. Slightly.
His performance here and there is starting to get better.
Trims are a bit better.
I don't think United, will win the league in the next 3-4 years, bro. I don't think so, and I feel like that'll be his time done anyway.
So you should, if that's the scenario we're in, I would recommend going into a rebuild of terms of a young start fresh. Let them grow into it. So by the time Guardiola gets the hell out of this league, and by the time Arteta does get sacked and Klopp decides to leave Liverpool,
You know when Pep leaves, yeah,
it's a madness. It's a free for all.
But then
it's who has the better transfer window.
Who does City bring in? Zidane.
Imagine they just bring in Xabi Alonso, and Xabi Alonso just carries on what he's doing at.
Xabi Alonso is destined maybe for Liverpool then.
I said he got Klopp and then him.
Because
it was meant to be Klopp then Gerrard, but they could take Gerrard all day long.
Gerrard just signed a new contract with
he's like top 3 or top 5 best paid managers.
Yeah.
He got a paid rise.
Yeah, no.
I wish every job was like
and
that. You work us and you get more money. Sign me up. And for the first time in a very long time, Harty's come talking about Manchester United upbeat with a smile on his face.
Positive manner.
Inshallah, this football-wise, it doesn't last very long. But in life, I hope you're constantly smiling about it.
My brother.
And on that note, this may be the last video. This may be the last time you see us in these surroundings.
In these
settings. We are moving on. We are homeless, but we are on the move.
Yeah.
We are finding a new home. All things are signed, still delivered.
We're going to the council, innit?
We're going to the council. The council's giving us a 2-bedroom.
Yeah.
We're patterned. But yeah, follow us on this grind, on the journey up, and we'll see you on the next video, guys.
And follow,
like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff.
My people.